My name's Angela Davis, and I'm the 4M Quilter. And you haven't seen me in a while. I've been busy. I'm giving my sewing room a little facelift. Not a complete renovation, but I've painted, put a fresh coat of paint on. I'm going to be putting up new blinds, curtains that I've been sewing, and a pegboard. And I've been wanting to do this for quite some time because it will save me space having my tools vertical and get them off the tables or off bins underneath the table. So I thought you could join me while I try to organize my pegboard. So let me see if I can move you over. Oops, move you over just a little bit. Okay. I think what I'm gonna, let me first say, this pegboard is, I bought it at the hardware store, and it is 24 inches wide by 48 inches long. And you can get this at any hardware store, and it's attached using what are called gorilla screws. And I have a package right here that I can show you. They're made for drywall. I got the ones that are made for drywall and concrete. These are called toggle high performance alligator screws. And they have the insert plus the screw. And then I also have spacers behind the pegboard so that when I go to put the hooks in, there's enough space for it to get the angle in so that it sets up correctly on the pegboard. Because if you attach it directly to the wall, there's no space for the hooks to go through to attach. Okay, and I have a bunch of different size hooks here that I already have from my garage, and I need to paint them, but I'm excited. So I want to get my pegboard organized, and then maybe that'll be my project for next weekend, spray painting my pegs. So and I have a container here. It's an old coffee can. I'm just gonna pull some pegs out of here and see what I can find. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna start at the bottom because I'm gonna put my travel iron mat on the bottom so that it hangs down, okay? So that's not hanging up here taking up space. It's gonna hang down toward the bottom, okay? And I'm thinking for this, you know, it would have been nice if I had these organized on the table first, but you know, I don't always do that. I think I'm gonna use this one because it has a double hook, and I think it'll hold nicely this, it'll keep it balanced. So I'm gonna put this down here, and I'm going to try to center it in the middle. There's 24 holes across the bottom. So I'm going to put it right along the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. See? Okay, so even though my table is going to be here, I'm going to have space here so I can pick that up when I need it. That's my puppy. Okay. Oh, she wants some attention. This is Summer. This is our family dog, and she's come to live with me now. And she's probably about, we think, 8 or 9 years old. We adopted her from the shelter. And we think she might have been 4 or 5 when we adopted her. She didn't have a very good home life, but she has a good home life now, huh, honey? I'm going to talk to the people, okay? Can you go lay down? Go lay down for Mama. I think what I'm going to do next are my Omni grids. And I have one here that I put a little bit of tape on. And I did that because sometimes when you put these in here, they get a little loose. Oh. And the tape will make it, oh, wait a minute, that one's not sticking. The tape will make it so that it sticks a little bit better. What about this one? See how it's a little loose? What if I did the tape? Oh, that works. That works. And what I can do is I can layer these. Oh, this hole isn't as big as this one. Huh. I never considered that. Well, let's see. I'm dropping things already. What about this one? See how this one works. Okay, that one works. That one works. Okay, let's see where my other grid is. I think I'll put my long grid next to it, not directly. I'll put it here. This one has an extra, this one has the hook here that goes into the board, and then down here it has an extra peg so that it clamps into the hole behind it. So I think I'm going to put this one here. Oh, it's too curvy. Too curvy. I need a straight one. What about that one? This one was too curvy. Let's try this one. Oh, look at that. It went right on there. I have another long peg. I have another long one too. Must be in the other room. Here's a little one. I think for now I'm just going to put the little one there. I think 2 at a time will work. I have a shorter one that I can put here. It's in the other room. I think that will work. Now up here, I'm going to concentrate on, I think, my cutting tools, my scissors, my rotary cutter, maybe some extra rulers that I have, and we'll see how that works out. So, rotary cutter. I think that should go here. This way, when I'm at my table, I don't have to reach. So I think I am going to put that right at a good level for me to get it at it. And I think, okay, there's a hole there. Yay. The creators of your Omni grids, your rulers, your rotary cutters, they had this all figured out in advance. I know for a fact that the creators of Olfa have, if you go on their website, they have cutting tools for woodworkers. They have cutting tools for crafters. They have many, I'm going to move the light there. They have many tools, not just for quilters. And they have something on the website that discusses using your tools safely and how to take care of them. So just a little reference there. If you're new to quilting and you need a little more information, you know, you can go on the Olfa website to get more information. I do not sponsor Olfa. They don't sponsor me. I'm just saying that, you know, just for your information. And this one is, oh, there we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay, now, scissors. These are my special scissors that I don't let anybody use. These are only to be used for fabric. I've had these, I'm going to be 59 next month. I think I've had these since I was 21. So then they need sharpened. But I'm cool. I'm cool with the fact that they need sharpened, and it's all going to be okay. So I think no, I want something with a curl on it because I don't want these to slide off, you know, because they're very sharp at the point. So I think I want something that has a curl. I think I'm going to go with this one because it has the hook and an extra peg to really grip the board. So I think I'm just going to put this next to what hangs down a little too low. Now this one's a little loose. Oh, but once I get that extra grip in there, it's good. Very good, very good. I have some old scissors here that definitely need sharpened. I can add those. Look at these. Look how old those are. Sometimes it's fun, you know, to pick these up at thrift stores or garage sales, sand them down, paint them. You can use them for decoration or just use them to snip scissors. I think that works. Okay, let's see. I can go all the way up. I have this. Now this, obviously, as you can tell by the shape, this was a can that you buy potato chips in. And I use it for these kind of rulers here. And I also have some knitting needles in there. These are dusty. And I use the knitting needles sometimes to poke out my corners when I'm turning things inside out. They're dusty. It's been a while since I've dusted in here. Maybe I need to dust after I get everything organized. But anyway, I like to keep these around for turning. Like when I'm turning something inside out and I need to push out the corners gently. So I wonder if there's something I can do to get this up there. I wonder. Let's think about that. I could make a little shelf. Hold on a minute, I might have something that'll do the trick. Okay, so I have this, and this is a sample of a piece of flooring that you get at the hardware store. That they give you samples. We already introduced her. And so I'm gonna see if I can make a little shelf up here and see if that works. Think that'll be long enough? I think so. See if I can find another one that's same length. See if I have any luck. Ha! Let's see. Now I do want to give some space so that when I'm taking these off, I don't bump the item above. So I'm going to go up one more notch. Oh, do you see that? One hangs down lower than the other. Look look at that. This one hangs down lower than the other. So let me see if I can find another one that might match. What about these two? These two don't match either. Huh. These two might. Let's see. That works. It works. I might move it over a little bit to the side, but that definitely works. Okay, put this in place. And because I don't use these as much, they're going to be closer to the wall. The table's going to be here. Once I get the whole room set up and I do a big room reveal, you'll see what I mean. But my cutting table is going to be here. So I'm going to be reaching from that side. So since I don't use this as often, it's okay that it's farther away from me. The things I use more often will be on this side so that it's easier for me to reach. Now, I am going to go up one row because, like I said, I wasn't thinking in terms of when I pull these off, I want to make sure I have enough space for clearance. I like it. I like that a lot. Now, I think what I'm going to do, though, I think I'm going to add 2 more hooks for the scissors. Only because I just feel as though, oh, do you see that? It's popping out. I might have to add some tape to this one. I think there was too many on one peg. So there's 1. There's 2. I think so far that works. This is the extra table extension to my Bernina, but for some reason I think it worked. It's not clipping on correctly. So I'm just going to put that toward the bottom. If I'm not mistaken, I think these can go up here. So with that being said, maybe I'll move these up and I'll move these down. So let me see what I can do. Move this down. I knew I was going to do this. I had a funny feeling that I was just going to be like, I think I'll move this now. I think I'll move that down. I had a funny feeling that I would come back and just say, okay, I'm gonna move this and move that. That's pretty good. I've got odds and ends in here. I have extra needles for the machine, extra seam ripper, Extra rotary blade in case I need it. Extra straight pins. Craft knife set is in there. I like that. That works. That works for me. Oh, she's so upset, isn't she? She wants attention. I know, honey. I know you do. Okay, in here is a bunch of envelope stuff. These clip into one another. But I'm not sure. They're not laying level. Okay, that side's in. Sorry, you're looking at my back. Okay. Okay. They're in. Okay, so I have elastic, an extra little case that I can put pins in, needles, threader. Ooh, I think I might put this up because this, you know, our eyes, you know, the older we get, the harder it is to see. Do you see that, how I did that? This goes right in here like that, and then I hook it in like this. There. Oh, this is to my mother's machine. It's a 1975 Singer that I need to get up and running. This is another little magnifier. Put that up there. Pencil sharpener. Need that. Extra needles in different sizes. I'm afraid if I put them up here though, I won't see them. You know how that is? Out of sight, out of mind. Okay. What else can I put up here on a daily basis that I use a lot? I thought I had another bin set like this, but I guess I don't. Hello. So we organized the pegboard for now. I'm sure there's going to be changes coming as I work with it to see how it functions. But for now, I have a good start. So now I'm working on a little sign that I put together for my little makeover, my little mini facelift for my sewing room. And what I've done is, and you'll see it when I put the camera down, the plaque part of it I purchased at a thrift store for $1 or $2. And it originally had sort of a print on it, but the print was sort of paper attached to the wood. So I was able to just take the corner, peel off the corner, and then gently peel off the paper off of the plaque, off the wood plaque itself. And then I washed it down, I did a quick sand, and then I painted it, and then I did a little bit of distressing. And now you're gonna see what I'm doing now. And I'm gonna try to put the camera down so that you can see. You turn it around. There it is. Oh, wait, is it this way? I think either way it's upside down. The thorium quilter. Now, I already have the letters in place, and my daughter, is that better? Okay, my daughter drew some lines so that I could find the placement better in case I shook the table, which I have shaken the table. So I need to figure out, okay, good. Okay, good. So now I have craft glue on a plate, and I'm just going to apply the craft glue with a Q-tip, like so. And I'm just going to follow the lines that my daughter drew to help keep this lined up. You have to excuse me, I do have a little bit of a sniffle. Now I'm going to do the A. And what I did was, when I was looking for letters, I originally was going to do all the large size, but I was having difficulty finding all the letters for the large size. So I decided to keep the 4 and the Q for 4 a.m. and Quilter, and then use the smaller letters for the rest of the words. And these letters here, the small ones, all came in black, and the 4 and the Q came in white. So what we did was we did a little sanding on these two and painted them black, and then we just did a little bit of distressing. I don't know if you can see that there. And then the letters were, there we go. The letters were a shiny black, and all I did was distress them a little to give them that same look. That's sort of a little bit of a rustic look. And I'm really pleased with how it turned out. Really pleased with how it turned out. And so I'm just using, like I said, just using a craft glue here because that's what I have. Well, rather, let me put it to you this way. It's what I found first. If I found the glue gun first, I would have used the glue gun. But I found this first, so. Okay. Well, I hope I'm following her lines good. But you can see on the back, this was originally white. And so, like I said, I just sanded it down. My daughter helped me paint them black, and then we just took a regular sandpaper, just a fine sandpaper, did a little bit of sanding to buff it, or rather not buff it, but to distress it a little. That's all. And And the letters I got at the craft store. Very easy to find. Very easy to find. And they do come in various sizes. Well, actually, the store I was at didn't have a lot of sizes. They had some that were discontinued, and so I couldn't find all the letters and numbers in that. And that's why I decided to do the small letters, you know, for the main part of the word, and then the big letter in the beginning. And I think that worked out really well. Sort of like a happy accident. We've all had those in our quilting. But let me get back to about what I've been doing. And for the past, 3-4 weeks, I have been doing a little facelift on my sewing room. And basically what that, I'm here. Basically what that means is I decided to paint the room because when I moved into the house, that room I did not paint yet. You know, I painted my bedroom and the living room and the kitchen. Just recently finished painting up and getting the girls' rooms ready upstairs. They're all comfortably moved in. So that's all good. And with all the painting going on, I just said to myself about 3 weeks ago, you know what? This sewing room needs painted. It really does. I mean, come on now. And so I found a real pretty gray. And it's sort of a medium light gray. And what's cool about it is in some light, it actually has a bit of a green hue to it, which makes it really, really nice. But I'm gonna have a lot more decorative items, not a lot more, but some more decorative items on the walls. And so that's part of what this is as far as the decoration goes. So I'm just very pleased. So I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to film it. I'm not quite ready to do a full reveal of the room yet. It's not ready yet. There's still a couple things I'm working on. I'm working on a picture with a frame. I'm working on a shelf. And, you know, those little touches. I think I got it. I hope I got it. So I think those are all in place. The top of the glue bottle has all kind of sticky stuff on it. It's very hard to get that sticky stuff off. But if you don't screw this on tightly, you know, you don't want to get that glue to dry out. This is the one I'm using. Aleene's Quick Dry Tacky Glue. Just regular craft glue. You can get these at any dollar store now. You can get it at, I think you can even get it at some of the hardware stores now. You can get it at craft stores, Walmart, Joann's, Michael's. All right, so this definitely has to dry. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there, and I think, there we go. You see it? And it has a hanger on the back, so I can hang it on the wall. I'm really, really pleased with how that turned out. Well, I think I'm getting tired. And I know I'm getting tired. And I still almost dropped it. I still have space at the top. But I think I'm going to stop now. I've been doing crafting all day. The dog needs attention. And I did accomplish a lot because there was other crafting that I did, like painting some a shelving unit that's going to go, eventually going to go in the wall here. I also painted a couple of picture frames. We had help hanging up the pegboard because I couldn't do that by myself. So accomplished a lot. And I'm not doing the big reveal yet because I'm not done yet. Probably, I'm hoping in another few days, but sometimes I bite off more than I can chew. So probably another week. So I just wanted to give you a little update on the for my sewing room and to help me with organizing my pegboard and to help me just watch me take care of my little 4 a.m. quilter sign. I'm excited. I'm getting very excited because it's soon I'm going to have the reveal for my facelift on my sewing room. So with that being said, I hope you have a great weekend. Today's Friday, I believe October 11th, and it's beautiful outside. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for joining me. You have a great day. Give me a like and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm. Bye. Oh, and remember, why sleep when you can sew?